So I have here, I'm calling this Atari Atrocities. However, that doesn't mean all of these are bad. In fact, some of these might be good. It's just a look back at the Atari. This is Adventure. This is a good one. It's going to get worse. But this is a pack from Evan, and it's basically a hand-picked selection of games I believe to be either historically significant to the console, interesting, weird, or something you'd enjoy. And unfortunately, that also includes stuff like E.T. But yeah, I mean, I said this before, we're kind of in we're kind of in a weird spot when it comes to the gaming industry right now, and I don't think the parallels to 1983 when the market crashed are 100% there, but it is, it's definitely something that is to be discussed about where the industry is going. And some of these games like this is actually believe it or not, this was an incredibly influential game, and it's called Adventure. And I think most best of Atari lists would include this. Now, for those that don't play Atari, this is 2600, by the way. And that key is now, I think, gone. That key opens the castle in the same room. So I just soft locked. And this game also is famous for like the first Easter egg. But yeah, I mean, this is an example of something you might actually want to play. It's like proto-Zelda in a way. But, these days, you need a little bit more than just cube and maze. But yeah, that's what people had, and back in the day, they loved it. However, so we'll go from one of the more notable or famous Atari games to one of the more infamous ones, which is E.T. Just so you can see the full extreme of what was on the system. This is the one, I mean, this probably isn't even the worst Atari game, but this is the one that is most notable for killing the system. And potentially crashing the entire industry, because they made so many of these things to tie in with the movie, and the game was just confusing and shit. And I think one person programmed this in like 6 weeks. I think that was like, they were like, make a game, make Atari game, quick. But, I mean, listen, historical significance aside, if you just play the game, you're a slimy penis that gets stuck in holes. And then you have to raise your head to get out of the holes. Oh, okay. Okay. Chad, I'm not trying to be bad at this. I promise you. Oh, you can run? Okay. If you read the manual, you will find out the game is not too bad, it's just mid. Well, again, it's often described as like the worst game ever, simply because of the video game crash stuff, but playing it now, I can tell you that there were worse games on the Amiga. I played like 10 of them tonight. Someone just said, who the fuck is defending E.T.? An actual alien is in chat right now defending this game. Make no mistake, it's not great. I played worse games in just the control department, but yeah, this is pretty terrible. I don't think I've ever actually really spent very much time with this game. Maybe this is the most amount of time I spent trying to play it. True story, Joe, who is a good friend of mine, who's 10 years older than me, he's the Red Vox producer, guitarist, he had this game, and he said he was so disappointed, and he fucking hated it. It didn't stop him from wanting to play video games, but I don't think it helped. It was like one of those things. But yeah, you need to like read the manual for this. So, let me see, do I have a list of... I have some games here. King Kong is a Donkey Kong clone. Wait, do I even have King Kong? Yep. The video game market was in its infancy, so anyone could get away with making and selling games for Atari regardless of quality. Copyright law and how it applied to video games had yet to be set in stone. Pac Kong also represents the unoriginality of many startup game developers at the time. Oh boy. That is so fucking bootleg. The face is just full of gorm. Wow. And yes, I know I'm using that word incorrectly, if that's even a real word, I don't know. Wow. Did they have to pose the guy like that, though? Oh, so here's something cool. I can't move the fake Mario now, the fake Jumpman. Game already glitched, and now I have to reset. So this is the kind of thing that led to, excuse me, the Nintendo seal of quality. It's probably one of the reasons why Nintendo is so protective over their IP. Listen, it's been 35 years. More, but I'm just saying that's just a guess. I don't know. So yeah, this is as shit as you can imagine it is. Pac Kong. Alright, now that is more Mario-esque? What's the word I'm looking for? Mario-esque? Mario adjacent? Oh. Really, well, okay. So the jump animation is just, like, you press the button and you just jump a set distance. You don't really have a lot of control over that. What does this have to do with Pac-Man? It's like Pac-Kong. P-A-C-K-O-N-G. Someone said, I'm so glad I grew up in the N64 era. Yeah. Well, there's also a Donkey Kong for the Atari 2600. Is this the real? I don't know if Nintendo put this one out. Or approved it, at the very least, because of the arcade game's success. But Mario is even thicker than you would normally see him, I think. But, you know, again, already way more playable and way better than the other games. The other... we'll call them bootlegs. However, once again, Donkey Kong is amazing looking. At least Mario kind of... or Jumpman kind of looks like Jumpman a little bit. But yeah, I mean, not a whole lot you could do in the Atari 2600. With, you know, you couldn't really make things look like things. But yeah, this is perfectly playable, and if you were like a massive Donkey Kong arcade fan, and you were born at a certain time, like let's say when you were born at a time where public access was your only outlet, well, you could do worse. I want to see if there's any other Kong-related games. There's Donkey Kong Jr. Look up Pac Kong's cover art. It's just false advertising. Pac Kong. No fucking shit. Wow. That's not even vaguely related to Pac-Man, King Kong, Donkey Kong, or the game we played. That's like a fucking Transformer. It's a Gundam. Oh no. Oh no, look at Donkey Kong. Look at Donkey Kong Jr. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh no. He got screwed. He got massively screwed. This poor bastard. Wretched creature. Let's see. Combat, one of the system's launch titles from 1977. It came bundled with the system for most of its lifespan and was the basis the engineers designed the hardware around alongside Pong. The system was designed to be a versatile Pong console. Skilled programmers managed to keep it relevant and develop more complex games through several intricate and advanced programming techniques that take advantage of the hardware in ways never intended by the original designers. Despite being underpowered compared to its later competition, such as the Intellivision from 1979, this made this development for the system notoriously tricky. So that game is called Combat, and it's weirdly not included in the pack. So never mind that. But that's good informations. There's a game here called, I'm just going to choose games at random. And no, none of these are Custer's Revenge, because I don't think Twitch would be able to handle Custer's Revenge. Look it up if you must, but you'll see pixelated dong and boob. And it's another notorious game. It's also completely fucking shit. I played it once many years ago. It's bad. So I thought Star Fox here was going to be like a demake, and it turns out it's just a shitty Defender. And then Nintendo made a Star Fox later, I guess. Great noise. Why is Saddam Hussein in chat? I think because this game was found in Saddam Hussein's dumpster. It was found under his pillow, covered in, like, shit and blood. This is a truly wretched-sounding video game, and it plays almost as bad. Let's see what else we have here. Air Sea Battles, another 1977 launch title. It was bundled with the Sears Telegames rebranded version, which came out at the same time and had the same games as the Atari VCS. So we do have that. So this is... You're looking at video game history here. And, you can kind of lightly wiggle your cannon. Wow. I'm sorry, but the one on the right in particular looks like a ground dong. I know that's what chat is saying. I just looked over, they're saying it. But yeah, it's very ground donglish. But remember, this was an amazing technology. I mean, this brings us back to the very first video games. I played that Atari collection that had the various Atari systems, and there were actually good games in there, and some updated versions. Like, there's still stuff that is pretty good and pretty playable, and then there's stuff that's literally just Pong plus, and that's what we're kind of seeing. We're just seeing a very basic version of what was possible. Zaxxon is a 1982 arcade shooter known for its unique isometric view. Atari wasn't capable of this, so programmers attempted third-person 3D. Huh. Is that what's happening here? Third-person 3D. Oh, wow. Oh. Okay. It's kind of difficult. I mean, the shadow helps. It's kind of difficult to know where you're shooting, but I respect the attempt. But man, what a shame video games, like, just kind of sounded like shit. Like, could you imagine all the kids who had their fucking Atari console up at max volume? And the parents that had to just listen to this all the time? But no, this is kind of neat. Hey, Pitfall 2, the sequel to the original Pitfall, arguably one of the largest, most ambitious games ever put out on the system. I'm regretting the Atari Atrocities thing. I feel like there's probably... There's probably a better name for this, because it's not all poop. That dude's wiggling. Atari Antics? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. There's probably a decent enough title for it somewhere. I played a decent amount of Atari Pitfall that came with the Super Nintendo Pitfall, and it's probably the Atari game I spent the most time playing. Oh god. Atari Archaeology could be one. So, how do you get past the first dude? Oh, you can swim! Wow, this is very ambitious for the Atari 2600. Okay. We're not going that way. I can't believe the penis gun game is the same system as this. And like, alright, so there's the penis gun game, and apparently this was designed for Pong. They had to include a special chip for extra processing in the cartridge. So that's a Nintendo trick too, they did that later on. Because, you know, for like bigger cartridges. For bigger games. So there's also Mario Brothers. Officially licensed Mario Brothers. What is this? This happens a lot. One. I mean, it's a turtle. I think that was supposed to be a coin. Most of this is just, it works. It works, and you can play it, and it is somewhat recognizably Mario, even though he's more blue than red. Yeah, so this is probably, again, one of the more playable ones. Junior Pac-Man, a rarely discussed and ambitious sequel to Pac-Man, which involved a large maze spanning across a scrolling screen. So we'll take a look at that. Like I said, these are going to be going kind of quick, and there are a lot of them, but... Okay, yeah. Also good. Never mind, it sucks. I mean, yeah, it's not the most fun to look at, but it's definitely Pac-Man, and I respect the screen scrolling because if you look at original Pac-Man port to the Atari, it wasn't, you know, wasn't something that I would probably want to spend too much time playing these days. But again, when I was growing up, Gyromite and, like, original Metroid, to me, were, like, the best shit ever. Like, not Gyromite, but, you know, like, that shit was advanced. And then I would see, like, Atari games, and I'd be like, that's so old? How do people play that? And then these days, people are like, how do people play Metroid? The original. Jungle Hunt, pretty standard action game of the time with some hardware pushing visuals and scope. Alright, once again, this is more of a history lesson than it is, like, terrible games, but I think we experienced enough terrible games on the Sunday stream tonight here for a couple weeks, so I'm okay with that. Now just think, this would later become just one part of an entire game. Oh, there's diving as well. I feel like the adventure is very high. Wow. What's that? Do I have a punch? I don't know what I have. Princess Rescue is a homebrew port of Super Mario Bros. To the 2600. This is something a little bit different. Wow. An attempt at Mario 3 Mario. But yeah, this is homebrew, so... Oh boy. The Koopa's got a great face. This is kind of cool that this was actually attempted, and it's... Chad, I hate to say this, but... Those creepy Mario games? This controls better than some of them. Aww. Wait, what is yellow power? I don't... I think it just makes you faster? The Atari is trying so hard to output sounds. Bless its heart. Oh. Oh. Jesus. It's like fucking rap saw wave. Oh well. Yeah, I mean, this is homebrew, so this was done way later, I would assume, but... You know what? This is probably... This is probably as good as you can get making a Mario game on the Atari 2600. I mean, most of the elements are here. It's not, again, the best controlling game, but it's still pretty decent, like, compared to some of the other platformers. Like, you can actually, You actually have control over your character while you're jumping. You can do... Oh. You can do things. Here's Star Wars the arcade game, which is another pretty famous game. This is one of those things that you would read about or see in a video and not actually play yourself. At least, that's how I feel. It's... yeah, I mean, it's just shoot the targets, but with a Star Wars coat of paint. And you can see how much they're flickering, too, which is probably what they needed to do to even get them on the screen in the first place. Oh, shit. Does the list contain Entombed? It was a procedural maze generation. The algorithm has been studied a lot. Programmer can't remember how he did it because allegedly he was drunk one night on his PC. Entombed? No, sorry. Also, I can read. Tonight is not my best reading night. One day, I will learn how to read, and I will be a real boy. But no, it's not included. But maybe if there's ever a future... Like, I think Homebrew would be kind of fun for this. But even so, everything here is so basic, it's so simple, that you don't really have to spend too much time on the games. This is fine, you shoot. It's... I mean, it's kind of recognizably Star Wars enough. If you're just a kid walking by a screen and you see this and you like Star Wars, yeah. Superman. First movie license for a home console released to coincide with 1978 Superman film. Also the first Atari cartridge to utilize a 4K ROM, as opposed to a 2K ROM. Reuses a lot of code from Adventure, which is in development at the same time. So, everyone is going on about 4K these days, but this is the original 4K. What the fuck is this? Chat, what the fuck is this? I see the reused adventure code now. God, imagine being like Richard Donner or a producer on the Superman movie, and then... Wait, what do I do to... Can I punch this guy? I don't know. The button is your X-ray vision. But then, like, you buy one of them wacky Atari consoles to play... to play a video game because your movie is about to come out. And then... it's like this. But it's also kind of one of the reasons, the limitations were one of the reasons why video games were just seen as kind of less than when it comes to movies and other mediums. Still, I still feel like video games have a fucking weird reputation. Like, I still see people railing against gaming, even though it's the #1 most, like, earning hobby over music, movies, etc., etc. But it does still happen. You still see it from time to time. And I think that there are people that still kind of feel like maybe this is what they saw. You have to take all the criminals to jail and rebuild the bridge. The point of the game is to learn the map and do it as fast as possible. Okay, and that's where an instruction manual would actually be really useful. If you're, like, you get the whole game, it teaches you how to play, tells you what to do, you do it, and then you have fun. So much fun. Fatal Run, the largest Atari ROM officially released at 32K. I gotta stop this game. I don't want to hear that anymore. Holy fuck. 32K. A first-party 2600 game from Atari that came out in 1990. While the Sega Genesis was already out, and the Super Nintendo was on its way to the US. Wow. And what this is even after the Atari 76, what is it? 7600? 7800? 7800. I guess they figured, listen, there's still a bunch of people with Atari sitting around on a shelf. If we release a new game, maybe they'll go and buy it. I mean, I can see it's clearly more advanced than a lot of the other games. Is it as fun as the other games? Yeah. Sure. During the 80s, Atari marketed this console as a budget console to broke parents. Shit. No, honey, you have video games. I want a Super Nintendo! You have Atari 2600, honey. We got that for you 12 years ago. Mom, I want to play Sonic the Hedgehog. Well, we got you Zippy. Honey, Zippy's much better. Alright, maybe I'll give it a shot, Mom. Hillzone. Oh. Alright, actually, this is pretty good. I don't need a Sega Genesis at all, Mom. That's nice, honey. However, this doesn't exist. And you're just dreaming. Wait, what? It's true, this actually didn't come out on the 2600. This is, like, homebrew. No! Don't worry. Don't worry, Tucker. I'll buy you a Tiger Electronics Sonic the Hedgehog handheld console. You'll love it. Why is this better than the Mario game? I promise you, it's fine. Maybe it is, I'm not sure. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know about this one. It's fine. It's fine. It does what it has to do. But it is also, again, it's just a, it's not real, chat. I'm sorry. I wish it was real. This one, Space Invaders. It's a port of Taito's massive 1978 arcade hit. And the first time Atari bought the license for another company's game for their home console, a practice they would continue throughout the console's lifespan. Also, the game that made the 2600 truly explode in popularity with its release in 1980. Alright, sorry Zippy, but we have to play real games now. You know, games that exist. And again, this was something that, as crappy as this looks, you have to admit it's at least better than those mobile games that the ads exist for, that I show you. Or it's less cynical than that, I should say. It's you know, there's an attempt here to create a genre, to create a game that's unique, and for its time, nearly fucking 45 years ago, it did just that. And I don't know why I'm comparing this to mobile games where someone diarrheas on themselves and vomits and whatever. But that was just the first thing that came to mind. Ah, fuck. I'm a gaming master. Also, Double Dragon, too. We'll take a look at that real quick. That's not even included. No worries. No worries. I'm just gonna find a couple games here that I don't have any information on whatsoever. Space Invaders port has 112 play settings you can pick with the select switch. Interesting. Oops. It's a good thing there are invincible birds. You know what? Credit to this game for having the sound do something different when you fly over one of the two objects on the ground. You can fly through the barns. There are chat members that know about these games. What do you do? Oh, you have to fly through the barns. I think that's the point. Oh, that's not good. Some of us are old, Vin. I wonder, though... I do wonder if there are people who are like... people who were born in, like, the 70s that watch the stream. Do you think that's possible? That they would want to watch me? Why? Pizza Chef. Can't tell if those are legs or it's just facial hair on a floating dude's face. Okay. Okay. Nice life, Pizza Chef. This is original Pizza Tower, everybody, so don't be too hard on it. Even though Pizza Chef can't even, like, exist in this world. Everything is flickering and pain at all times. Possibly... I don't know, sleeper cell activation music? Possibly tinnitus therapy? That is also going to be... I think I need to stop playing that. Pigs in Space. So this is, a Muppet Show thing. Oh, I see what they're doing here. Oh, Mom, I already have Space Invaders! No, honey, this is a different game. It's not called Space Invaders. Yeah, but the game plays the same! No, honey, you see Gonzo's at the top of the screen. You see, that's different. And you're a pig and you're shooting chickens. Isn't it nice to shoot your finger beam up the chickens' butts? No, Mom, this game is stupid! They're gonna make fun of me at school! I'm not supposed to play this! It's too weird! Panda Chase. Mr. Doo's Castle. Mr. Do, alright. I've played other Mr. Doos, I think. Kangaroo? Yep, you are a kangaroo, and you jump and collect fruit, and it's Donkey Kong-esque. Again, there weren't as many options. Do you think the Atari 2600 could play a game like Bollatro? Because that would be fine for a system like this, but just no one thought to do it. No one came up with the idea. Maybe a very, very simple version. This game's called Hero. And it's just a version of Jetpack, it seems. Yeah, this is like, there's a game that Rare made called Jetpack. I think I just blew my guy up. What? Oh, no, I see. Oh yeah, you do blow your guy up. But you press down to set explosives. You're free now. Okay, so you have some tools, and you have to figure out how to use them to rescue some people. See, this I probably would have enjoyed on some level. It was Pixel Vinny. Frog Pond. There were a number of frog-themed games. Because, Frogger probably helped with that. And also, frogs are just cool, so why not? Sounds like someone's shaving. I heard ribbit. That was a distinguishable ribbit. And Frogger too. What do you mean Frogger 2? Frogger 2 is like Deep Sea Frogger? Huh. Wait, but now we're not. Wait, what? Man, these graphics are really good. But no, there's like just we're like we rise and then you can't swim anymore. Oh, the goose was bad. Oh wait, no, the goose took me to a whole new area. It's like a pterodactyl? Are we in the past? To play the shitty games that suck ass? And, Congo Bongo. From Sega. Oh. Is this Sega's attempt at Donkey Kong? Trying fancy 3D graphics to... They're trying to, like, lure people over to their game because it looks better on first glance, I think. I mean, that's a cynical view. Maybe they just had a passion for games where a monkey throws barrels at a dude. I don't know. It's fine. It's kind of fucking hard to play. Truth be told. At least you go to heaven. And let's do one more. The A-Team. Yep. That is definitely... That's Mr. T. In 1972, a crack team... This one is a prototype. It never came out officially. Oh, okay. Save Hannibal. Wait, so I'm just Mr. T's head. What? That's interesting. I guess they figured it would be better to just have Mr. T be recognizable than to have it make more sense. Mental. Alright, I think that'll be it. So yeah, again, Vinny, I beg you to check out the arcade cabinet art for Congo Bongo. Okay, Congo Bongo Arcade. Okay. That is... what the fuck is going on here? Hang on a minute. What's going on here? Is he tickling the monkey's feet? Dumpy explorer, man with with big Dumpy, tickling the foot of a fake Donkey Kong. Wow. And by the way, the game did look better. Like, it looks like the game actually had more graphics on the arcade, as many did. But yeah, I think I'm good here. So thanks for watching. This is a bit of a ramshackle Sunday stream, but I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. And I appreciate you watching. And again, this is probably not arcade Atari Atrocities. There's maybe Atari Archaeology. I don't know. But I appreciate you all very much. Thank you, chat. And what can I say? It's another Sunday for the books. So I hope you all have a great night. I appreciate you for being here, and I hope life continues to be good. And thank you for the support. Thank you, mods. Thank you, everybody who submitted and helped out with the stream. As always, the help is deeply appreciated. And this week, we have probably RimWorld, Chrono Trigger. I'm going to focus on those two. Try to finish RZ whenever I can. And then also, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I don't know what day I'll be streaming it, but when I get it, I will stream it for many hours. Very excited. So that's Friday. If Friday's the day, then I'll probably be doing an early Friday stream. But yeah, I really appreciate you stopping by tonight, and I am excited for Final Fantasy VII and for more RimWorld as well. So that's it. Good night, everyone, and take care. There is actually one more thing. There is one more thing I can show you. Now, I don't know if this was a program that was used to make this. I don't know if it was like someone who actually did this from scratch, but someone
I can to be viewers so collectors. You were collectors enough to bring up some small king be done. You were stream because you moved the ant small dog small be and small dog he was belong the swoop and you moved the ant you rocked up the swoop dog small king be the ant you people good know the ant and they good ant.
Good. So I guess it has begun, but apparently there is a program that can do that. So maybe, CD, thank you for making that. But if you did make that from scratch, it was done by hand. Oh God, that was done by hand? Oh no! Why?
It's so beautiful. It really, really is. All of my kids, too, they want to come here now. My daughters, of course, they're not kids, but they're in their 30s. When they saw my curtains, now they all want these curtains. They do.